Podweather.com has all you need to stay informed for any severe weather threats. Check out the Severe Weather Moss Hunt videos, hosted by Center of Circulation host Michael Moss.
Holy cow!
Out of Illinois to northwest Indiana, we've seen occasionally with some isolated renegade cells here. We've had dew points right up in the low to mid 50s, so a little moisture starved right now.
When the tropics look threatening, stay informed by watching Mike Naso's tropical updates.
6 north, 72.0 west. Winds are 140 miles an hour now. Again, Lake Charles right here, the eye wall right in this area. So Lake Charles shouldn't get in the eye wall, it doesn't look like, unless it bends a little bit more to the right. But you can see the eye of the hurricane has entered Louisiana. Anticyclonic flow, high pressure aloft, and notice here we even have this upper level low over Puerto Rico, which is only helping to vent the hurricane. So this
Get the latest news from around the world with Worldcast News.
On Worldcast News today, we'll have several news updates from around the world.
The latest hit music from Hits on IPR.
Hi, this is Trini Zeno. Welcome to Hits on IPR365.com.
You can also get Weather Brains, Today in Weather History, archived programs, and the latest breaking weather news right on the go. So if you want content, you've found it at podweather.com. Check it out now. podweather.com.
Hey everybody, Mike Naso here from IPR365.com and podweather.com with the latest on the tropics, mostly Hurricane Bill, which continues to spin out there. Taking a look at the Atlantic at this hour, there is Bill spinning up right near Nova Scotia, has made that turn, and we've been anticipating for so long on off towards the northeast, and it's expected to continue to move away. And you can see here, based on the satellite imagery, that there is a large upper level low that it's left in its wake, kind of spinning here. And there's the flow pushing the hurricane off like this. So if you are in Newfoundland, that's next. That is definitely next on Hurricane Bill's target list. Well, the latest on Hurricane Bill as of 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, this was it. It was at 45.1 north, 60.8 west, and winds were down to 75 miles an hour, gusting to 90. It's moving northeast now very, very quickly at 34 miles an hour, 970 millibars, so it's still a very powerful storm in terms of pressure. And when they get up here, they could have these very low pressure and still very strong winds, but they almost aren't even like hurricanes. They're like major, major coastal storms. Overnight tonight, continuing to move towards Newfoundland as a tropical storm, and then becoming extra tropical, but still being a powerful entity as it heads up here towards Ireland, the UK. You guys could have to deal with some squally weather if Bill persists, and it made that turn as we were waiting so long to see. And the models again take it. A few of the models take it here. You can see the BAMs. One of the BAMs takes it to France. One of them skips on the north coast of Spain here, Ireland, UK, even Sweden, Finland over here. So we're getting way into Europe. This thing's trying to do a complete turnaround. It started down here near Africa. It's trying to come all the way back around, but we'll see what's left of it when it tries to do that. There's the infrared satellite imagery of our hurricane, and again, still maintaining that core of strong winds right around the center, but you can see it's very, very sheared here on the western side as those winds come in, and they end up taking the hurricane off like that to the northeast, not having to deal with it here in the United States. But it was a close call. It was definitely a close call for New England, and one of these days we're going to have a trough that's just a little too late, and snap, there goes Cape Cod. Now, as far as what the rest of the season has in store, well, here's been the 2009 Atlantic hurricane season thus far, and we've only had 3 named storms, but we had one depression, of course, that almost became a tropical storm. And, well, what does this tell us? Well, we've got some development close to home, weak development. We have systems that are destined to be long-tracked but end up dying out. Anna could have easily been a hurricane and a strong hurricane, and it would have hit the United States because that trough that picked up Bill would not have picked up Anna. Instead, it died out here in the Caribbean. And Bill became a Category 4 hurricane, then took that track right like that out to sea, just missing 70 west, which would have been latitude for Cape Cod. So we got lucky with that. Bermuda got lucky as well. And we'll wait and see where Danny, Erica, Fred, where they develop. But right now, I definitely think we're probably going to see some more Cape Verde activity. And remember, seasons like in the year 2000, it was September 28th, and we had more activity than we had ever had that year. So we still have a good 2 months where we could see significant activity coming out of the deep tropics, but we also have to watch close to home, because if something gets in the Bahamas, it could easily blow up into a hurricane before Florida, and as we've seen with hurricanes in the past, go into the Gulf and do bad stuff or head up the East Coast. So we're going to keep an eye on the tropics the next several days. Now, about a day or two ago, here was Africa, and we had 1, 2, 3 lined up. Well, now look at it. Not out there anymore. The waves are not as organized. We have one here and a big cluster moving off. Nothing definitive, although the GFS model is predicting we may get a storm, but it doesn't track it for long. Now, out in the eastern Pacific, there's Tropical Storm Hilda, and it's at 13.8 north, 140.1 west. Winds are 45 miles an hour, gusting to 55. Now, this was as of 11 a.m. It's, I actually, you know what? I do not have the latest information as of 5 p.m. out of the Central Pacific Hurricane Center, so I'm just going to wing it here. Check out that website for the latest. There's the satellite imagery of the eastern Pacific, and you can see Hilda on the edge of your screen there. And if we go to the central Pacific, you can see it better. So based on the satellite there, it definitely appears to be on a strengthening trend, but it's heading south of Hawaii. Now, it could get close to hurricane strength, potentially become a hurricane, but at this time, not yet getting to that status. But again, it is looking like it's strengthening there, so at 5 p.m. That intensity may be increased a bit. This disturbed area down here in the central Pacific, some of the models are showing this becoming a strong hurricane and moving like that. The next name on that list is Naki, I believe. So we'll wait and see where that develops in the central Pacific Ocean. Now, aside from Hilda out there, we do have Typhoon Vamco still in the western Pacific. It was at 30.0 north, 154.4 east. Winds were 100 miles an hour, 95 on this map. Gusting to 120s, moving north-northwest at 9. This thing has not moved for about a week, but is finally going to start to progress out of here, but not as fast as they were saying the other day, so it's still moving slow, and we're going to have to wait on that. Now, here's the latest satellite imagery of it, and you can see there's the typhoon on the edge of the screen there, looking pretty good right there. In fact, it's looking like it might even be trying to strengthen a little bit. And behind it, there is some cloudiness and thunderstorms in the western Pacific that we're going to have to keep an eye on, but nothing towards land now. But definitely a slow-moving typhoon. It's stuck around a while. Going to see how much longer it could stick around before those winds finally pick it up, shunt it off northeast, and it weakens, as is with most storms in the world. But other than Bill and other than Vamco and Hilda, that is it for the tropics. I'm Mike Naso from IPR. I will see you next time.